Israel must have war-gamed this many times. Iran, according to Israel, has used its proxies in the past to target Israel, whether it's the Hamas or the Hezbollah or the Houthi. This time, Iran has done it directly. Why do you think, as someone who's been in the government, someone who's been in the parliament, someone who's been energy minister of this country and infrastructure minister of this country, why do you think Iran got involved directly?
Well, I think that the situation deteriorated from the point of view of Iran to the situation where basically the proxies are almost eliminated, and if not eliminated, at least their ability to influence or attack Israel is shrinked or minimized. In this situation, when all that happened in a relatively very short time, especially with the Hezbollah, if Iran will not react in any way, that will be a very strong sign of weakness from the side of their supporters and their allies in the region. And also, Iran is not only threatening Israel. In the first cycle, Iran threatens the Gulf countries, Saudi Arabia, all the more peaceful countries in the Middle East. Israel is the excuse of Iran to attack many other countries. You mentioned two of the proxies. The Houthis also suffered, but there are more in West Iraq and in other places. This is why I think they had to act.
And over the past 8 days, I've been trying to get you a number of voices from within Israel, from the police to the Israeli Defense Forces to their political leaders to former political leaders and even youngsters on ground. For example, I caught up with a group of youngsters, young teenagers who are just about to join the Israeli Defense Forces. Now, it's mandatory for every Israeli citizen to serve in the armed forces or the police. It's 2 years for women, it's 3 years for men. I caught up with a young group who were actually watching our show while I was anchoring, and they wanted to join in. Listen in. What do you want to tell your viewers in India? What's your name?
Okay, so my name is Gali, and I want to say I'm very grateful. I'm very grateful for India being supportive of Israel and having our backs.
Okay, tell me your name and tell me what do you do?
My name is Noya, and what happened in October 7, it's terrible. They raped the women and men and killed babies. So it's terrible what happened, and we need to end Hamas.
Tell me, what are your thoughts right now, as your country fights Hamas and Hezbollah and, of course, the threat within your country?
I think Israelis should stick together, and the war is just I think the most horrible thing that's happened to us in like the past 10 years, and it's horrifying to see how the hostages are still in Gaza, even though it's been 1 year since then. And I'm very concerned about the Israeli soldiers. I want them to come back home safe and go back to their families. And I think Israel would win eventually, and everything will be okay.
Are these also your thoughts, especially at a time when Israel is battling Hamas in the south and Hezbollah in the north?
We need to bring home all the hostages because they kidnap. And we need to end Hamas, Hezbollah, all the terrorist organizations. We need to end them right now.
I just also want to find out, as youngsters, do you get time to go out and enjoy life, or is it all about you may be enjoying a party and suddenly there's this air raid siren and rockets could be coming in?
I think even though we're continuing with our lives, even though like I lost an uncle in this war and it's very sad, but still I continue with my life. In like I go to parties, I go with my friends out, I'm going to restaurants or just usual parties, and if like a siren attacks us, we're just going to the safe.
We were on the bus, and suddenly was a sirens, yeah, and we don't have a safe place, so we
went behind a restroom, and we laid on the ground just to be safe, and we were very scared because we weren't at home, and it was in the middle of the street, and out of nowhere we were in a bus. We went outside and laid on the ground, and we stayed safe.
But that hasn't, life hasn't been impacted. You still live life to the fullest, is the impression I get.
Yes, but we're scared, suddenly sirens.
I can say I've been in school since then, and every time I go to school, I have like a siren, and it's very scary and stressful, and when we just hear them, we start running outside to find a safe place, and every time like it attacks us like every hour, and it's so hard to keep living like that, and I just want the war to end.